Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, March 13th. My name is Karen, and this is BobbleHeadKnits. So welcome to the Friday the 13th episode. Hopefully we won't have anything too scary happen today. All right, let's just dive right in. This is my knitting vlog. For those of you who are interested, Mandy from Diary of a Sweater Knitter. I'm sorry, Mandy, I keep doing that. Diary of a Sweater Knitter. Mandy Von Knits. She and I are hosting the Yarn Stash Smash 2026 year-long make-along. We will be having quarterly drawings. The first one is at the end of March. If you want to find out how to enter, you can go to either one of our Ravelry pages, or you can go to yarnstashsmash.com. All the instructions are on there. The first drawing will be at the end of the month. We don't care if you double dip. It's both of Mandy and I both have drawings going on our site. And the whole goal, or on our channels, sorry. The whole goal is to knit with yarn from your stash this year. I don't care if you buy yarn, because I'm going to be buying yarn, but you need to knit and finish objects from your stash. Okay, that was all I had to say about that. All right. Speaking of finished objects, I do have a finished object. Hang on. Let me get it here. I am standing again, so I'm like, woohoo, partying over here. All right. These are the Spiral Tube Socks by Joan Janes. It's a paid-for pattern, and I made little cute itty-bitty socks. There they are. The eagle-eyed among you might notice that this one's a little shorter. I don't know what happened. It doesn't matter. These are Toddler socks, and they're heelless, as in they have no heel. So there they are. And these are going to my grandson Atticus. They are knit out of chromatic yarns. It was a 2022, I want to say, weekly yarn advent. You get a sock set of yarn from her every week during December, and this was one of them, and it's beautiful. It has stellina, so I don't know if you can see the sparkles, but just lovely yarn to knit up with. I have just a tad, well, I don't know if I can knit another pair of socks with what I have left. Hang on, let me tell you exactly what it is. Well, between these use 25 grams, and then I had knit another pair of socks last month for a friend, so I still have maybe 30, well, it says 144 yards in stash. That doesn't include the mini that came with it. There was a mini. So I could technically knit another, maybe a shorty sock with the remaining yarn, but I'm gonna call it good for now. I'm gonna put the remaining bit of yarn, this yarn, into my scrap box and then figure out something else to do with it. All right. So that was a fun little knit. These are going to go to Atticus tonight because we're having dinner and they're blocked, so he's going to be excited. All right. Next up, all right, last week I told you about, well, I was really focused on this project. I still am really focused on this project, because I want to take it with me when I go on vacation in, soon, a couple weeks. And then here it is. This is the Muscle Burrow. It is getting there. It's very close. I will knit until I get down to 10 grams. Hang on, let me show you how much I have left. Still have a ways to go, but it's just knit. And then I'm going to turn it in on itself. So that is a muscle burrow by Uzelda Teague. And it's beautiful. I love it. It's just easy knitting. And I have knit quite a bit on it this past week. Where that marker is right there. Right there to there. So a big chunk of it. And yeah, hopefully it will be done by the next time you see me. The yarn is Mustache Yarn, her must match sock set. And they come in 250-gram balls. And yeah, that's how much I have left. I will be finishing it with any luck. All right. Oh, the colorway is Glacier. Yes, it's after Glacier National Park. Beautiful, beautiful place if you ever get to go. All right. I am going to be taking that with me when I go out this afternoon. All right. Next up, I knit on my daughter-in-law's cardigan because it is Malabrigo March. And her cardigan is made out of Malabrigo. And I know I am at a good point to show it to you because I made a point of stopping when I was not in the middle of a row, but let me untangle it. So I'm going to show you the back because just looks better from the back. There we are. I do have 2 sleeves. So really right now I'm just knitting the bottom or the body. And it's folded up, so it's misleading. I've got that much of the body done. She could wear it now, but it's not a bolero. It is a long cardigan, like a, not duster, but it's like way below the hip. So I have quite a bit of knitting to do on it. Where that's that witch, is it a witch? Yes, it's a witch stitch marker. Where it is from where I was down to here. That doesn't seem like I knit a lot, but I did because it's a lot of stitches and you're increasing like every 4 rows. So it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. There it is. Yes. And it is knit out of, it is the Snowbird Cardigan by Heidi Kiermar. The yarn is Malabrigo Rios in the colorway Scorpio. It's a beautiful blue, gray, burgundy yarn. It was bought specifically for this purchase, so it was not in my stash, but it was cast on in August of 2025. So it is an old whip. Not too old though. I'm just gonna keep knitting on it. I told her originally what was supposed to be her birthday or her Christmas gift. Sorry, yes, I just threw it on the floor, but it landed on its own project bag, so we're good. Anyways, I told her originally it would be a Christmas gift for 2025. It did not happen. Then I bought myself 5 more days time. I said birthday gift. Her birthday is the end of December. Of course, did not happen. And now I've just told her, you get it when you get it. I'm really aiming for sometime in the summer, right? So she knows, she's fine, she's understanding, and she is very knit-worthy. So yes, I'm taking my time. I'm gonna make it happen. I will probably really focus on it after my trip. Right now, I've just got, a lot of things I'm bouncing between, but I do want to make it happen for her by the summer. All right, next up, hang on, coffee. All right. That is an Irish cream coffee without any alcohol. I bought some Irish cream, non-alcohol coffee syrup, and I'm trying it. It's okay. I'm kind of indifferent to it, but it's good. I was trying to get in the mood for Ireland, so that's why I got it. So, and it's iced. It's an iced latte. All right, next up. I, last week, joined Ange at Yarn and Yarns and knitting a Stephen West pattern. And I just kind of on an impulse cast something on, which, maybe I shouldn't have done, but I did it. And I don't regret it one bit. So I cast on the Aurora Cabin Shawl by Stephen West. Angie's doing a 3-month make-along where you just knit on a Stephen West project. You don't have to finish it. You just, have to work on it. So I joined in. And the story behind it is when this pattern originally came out in 2022, I had bought the whole kit to do the hybrid knit along, and then when the time rolled around to cast it on, I had wound up all the yarn. I didn't cast it on. I don't know why. I just didn't. So it sat, and I had all the yarn, just kind of stashed in my stash. And as soon as Ange mentioned doing a Stephen West pattern, I was like, I have all that yarn that's meant for a Stephen West pattern. So I cast it on. So the Aurora Cabin Shawl was the 2022 hybrid knit along. I had bought the Life in the Long Grass yarn, the kit from Stephen and Penelope, and I'm going to show you what I've knit so far. There it is. I'm trying not to pull too tight because all the yarn is sitting on my desk. It is beautiful. I love it. There are actually 5 colors in here. You can't see the 5th because it's tucked. There it is. It's right in there. Eagle-eyed among you will notice that last week I had this yellow where this light blue was. I decided to switch it up. I was looking closely at the yarn, and then I watched the beginning of Stephen's video at the time that he released, and he was talking about color placement, and it made the most sense to go with this. And as I was doing it, I was looking at the pictures, I realized, one, he knit, or someone knit the same yarn up, and it was beautiful in this order, so I just decided to copy it. And 2, I did not notice this until yesterday, and I was kind of cursing it a little bit that I did not catch this earlier. There was a little bit of cabling. So the cables are like right here. You can't, I finished the cables and that's all I did. So you don't really see what I did with the cables, but I did something with them. I am not a fan of cables, and it's not because I can't do them, because cables are pretty easy. I just don't like the fiddliness of cables, honestly. In fact, we were talking about things that we would possibly buy in Ireland, and I said I might buy a cabled sweater because that is something I will never knit, like an all-over cable sweater. No, not knitting it. I will buy it. So yeah, I might buy one. Is that not beautiful? Colors are wild. I explained last week that I'm not a real big shawl person, especially now that I'm not going out and about into an office every day. I sit at home and I work at home, and and I dress very casually. Right now I've got my gym clothes on, right? But where I do think a shawl will come in handy, is when I'm just sitting on the couch and my upper body gets cold. So I feel like this is going to get a lot of use. I think this is so beautiful too. So yes, very happy with it. And like all Stephen West patterns, expect his shawls, it's addictive knitting. I really am I just want to go on this. Yeah. I also love this yarn. As it's knitting up, you're seeing color variations in this yarn that are just so subtle but so beautiful, and I'm loving it. I did realize last week when I was vlogging that Life in the Long Grass is an Irish yarn. So yes, I will be getting some of this when I'm in Ireland. So beautiful, beautiful dye on this. You can just tell that they took a lot of care, and the color, just the variance, I don't know what you call that, but either way, as the color is changing and it's just so subtle, it's just so beautiful. So I did tell my husband, because right now I have 5, look at all that, I have 5 strands of, or 5 skeins of yarn attached to this. So I have the yarn very carefully placed in my bag. I've been very careful about not tangling the yarn up. I happened to mention to my husband, you know what would be really nice is if I had one of those redesigned bags that open up flat. They're big and they zip up, and yeah, like that, and I could just leave the yarn there. It would be so good for color work. Just mentioned it to my husband because, you know, I am having a very big birthday in a couple of weeks, so we'll see if he listened. What else? Okay, let me carefully put that back in because I don't want to get it tangled up. All right, I did have my workout coat, my little black gym coat on. I have a little jacket I wear to the gym, but it's kind of hot in my office, which is rare, but it is, so I took it off. So yeah, I don't know why I told you that. All right, I did cast on something new. So when I finished Addie's cute little tiny toddler socks, I had an empty sock needle. And as a lot of you know, I am, in addition to knitting from stash, I am trying to use up all the yarn, not necessarily use up, but at least cast on all the Advent or project, or not project, but box, like the kit, you know, the like Halloween box and Valentine's box and all that. I'm trying to use those kinds of things up for my stash, and at least cast them on before the end of the year. If I get all of them done, then I'll get an Advent next in December. If I don't at least cast them on, then no Advent for me. I think if I get to the point where the like Freckled Whimsy and I can't remember the other company name, but if their Advents come out because they're single sock sets, I might allow myself to order those if I get at least my chromatic yarn, sock yarn all cast on. So that is what I did. I cast on another skein of the chromatic yarns, and this is the main color. This is the, okay, this is a mess, but I'll show it to you. I don't know what happened. There it is. It's the contrasting color. And this is from the 2022, another one of the Advent yarns. So I cast on another vanilla bean sock. This is all I have. I cast on 60 stitches for the cuff, and then I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna decrease by 4 to get back to 56 for the leg, but I felt like 60 would be best for me because I do have very muscular calves. They really are muscular. So yes, to get it to be comfortable around the top part, I did a few extra stitches. All right, and that pattern is by the Crazy Sock Lady. If you want to knit it, this is my second time knitting it, and very happy with that. That particular sock set is called Modify Memory. All right, I don't know if she sells those on her shop or not. I didn't check. So more coffee. All right, next up. In case any of you are wondering, much quieter week this week over here, by the way. Yeah, had a crazy week. All right, so as a lot of you know, I cast on 12 projects at the beginning of the year with the Antrim Yarns, and I've got the whips all hanging on my door of project bag door. And I am just knitting, but I randomly draw a number. I use one of those random number generators to pick a project every week to add to the, or to focus on. I thought about not adding a new one this week. I thought about just focusing on the Musselburgh, focusing on what I have out already, putting away the shawl, putting away the socks, all that. I was like, let's play fair. But I did the spin the wheel thing. First it came up with one project, number 12. And I was like, yeah, I don't really want to knit on that. And I at the moment didn't. So I spun it again. I got number, I don't know what, but it was the muscle burl. I was like, well, I was going to knit on that anyways. Then I just decided, then I did it again. I cheat, right? I did it again. I got number 1. That was the new socks. So I was like, let's just go back to number 12. I'm going to knit on the new socks. I'm going to knit on the muscle burl. I'm probably going to keep knitting on the Aurora shawl because I love that project. Actually, no, I'm going to put the Aurora shawl up. I'm going to be like, fair about it. Eventually I'll put the Aurora shawl up. I'm obsessed with that project, sorry. All right, but I did go back to what I originally drew, and that was number 12. Number 12 on if you go on my Ravelry and you count down to 12 projects, you get to Swatch-tastic. It's a tin can knit pattern. Can't remember if it's free or not, but what they are these cute little things. I knit this one in January, February, I don't know. I got a couple of them, but they're to make bunting. And so I'm going to go ahead and knit a few of these this week. I will work on it. The goal is to get some party bunting going, not only to celebrate my birthday, no. Actually, it's to go up in my office. I have 2 windows, the one back there that you can see and one behind you. And they both have curtain rods, but nothing on them. So I thought it would be fun to do a little bunting around my office. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and knit some of those this week. So I'll show you what I get done. I've got random balls of just I do have an advent in here. I have the Giddy Knits advent. This was don't think I have the name or the year, but this was at Helen from Giddy Knits. She did an advent and I bought like the 12-day one. So I have these. I also have leftovers from various socks. And yeah, I'm just gonna go at it and see how many I get done. All right, I really need to I've got too many project bags out. I really need to put one away. I guess I'm going to put the shawl away. I really want to knit it, but yeah, I won't. I'll put it away. All right, so that's, it's like this internal, like I really want to just keep knitting on the Stephen West pattern. But that's okay. I'm going to put it away and I'm going to focus on my swatches, my muscle burl. My daughter-in-law's sweater. I do want to knit a little bit more on the socks because just to get them really get them going, because that is something I probably will be taking with me for plain knitting. I could also take the muscle burl with me for plain knitting because I'm close enough to being done that I could finish it on the flight over to Ireland and then have it while I'm there, but no, we won't do that. I'm going to finish that before I leave. So, yes, now I'm just, letting my inside voices out. Okay. Next up, knitting news. I have no knitting news. I have not bought yarn. I am going to buy yarn when I go to Ireland, and if I need yarn to finish a project, which right now I don't, but I might need some yarn, some more Malabrigo to finish my daughter-in-law's cardigan, because I feel like that needs another skein at least. And I don't know if I can salvage another skein from I had originally knit one sleeve and like the upper part of the sweater, and I didn't like how the seam turned out, so I just kind of cut the yarn and left it sitting in my dining room. I could rip that out to get more yarn, and I probably will, but I might still have to buy some yarn. All right, life. I'm going to talk about life now. If any of you are leaving, I get that. I would ask you to like and subscribe. It does help me. By the way, I'm almost to 500 subscribers. If I get it and I hold it for a few weeks, there might be a surprise drawing. We'll see. All right. For those of you leaving, I'll see you hopefully next week. Hopefully. I will be podcasting next week. All right. Life otherwise for the rest of you. It was a much quieter week, as I said. Did not have any police action, shooting on my street, none of that. And, yeah, not a whole lot. It was fairly quiet. I'm trying to think. Oh, I had the best day after was it the day? No, it was Saturday. It was last Saturday. So I vlogged on Friday. Saturday, I took a reset day. And what that means is I literally got up, got my knitting, got a cup of coffee, did not get dressed. I just had on like some lounge clothes, sat on my couch and knit all day. And it was so nice. I did eventually take a shower and eat food, but for the most part, I did nothing but knit and read books and, watch videos, do all that. And it was lovely. I needed it. So I was well in need of it. So work was just the usual craziness. It was a bit crazy early in the week, but it did slow down as the week went on. Not totally though, just enough to like dangle a carrot in front of us that it might not be this crazy every day. It will be. All right, I did finish 2 books on the reset day. The first one was The Art Thief by Michael Finkel. That tells the story, and it's a true story, of a French art thief. And he actually is the most notorious art thief. He's probably stole as far as monetary value, the most art of any art thief. And it tells his story, and it's very good. And it's a short book, very short book, but very good story, and kind of quirky. Yeah. All right. The second book I finished, and it was actually one that I listened to, was The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. That is a nonfiction book. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. And it was, or not nonfiction, fiction book. It tells the story of a retired lawyer who she writes letters. She's the correspondent. She writes letters by hands, preferably, but she does do email too, to various people, and some of whom she knows very well, and some of whom she does not. And it kind of, through these letters and people's letters back to her or responses back to her, you get the story of a big chunk of her life. And it was a nice story. I enjoyed it. It was not by any means great, but it wasn't terrible. No, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was not one of my favorites, but yeah, it was up there. TV, trying to think, is there anything I started that you didn't know about? No. I'm behind on The Pit. I need to watch 1 episode. I'll probably do that on Sunday. Still watching Outlander. What else? Guess that's it. All right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because I'm going to Pilates, and then I'm going to spend the weekend doing some serious spring cleaning. It is lovely here this weekend. It's in the mid-70s, and I just feel like I want to clean up everything before I go traveling. So yeah, that's the plan. All right, so don't forget about the Yarn Stash Smash 2026. Come join us if you'd like to win some prizes and use up your stash. Everyone have a great week, and I will be back next week. All right, bye.